Welcome back to Living with a Classic, and this was supposed to be the video where we find out what's actually wrong with fans on my Jaguar XJ40. If you didn't see the previous video, I basically started by tearing out the middle part of the console and taking out the whole climate control module, switching it for another one, and there was no difference. So my fans only run on high, and I think it's only the one on the left side, there's one on each side. So I'm trying to figure out what the issue is. I had a lot of great comments, and a lot of you guys think the same thing that I think, that it's the thing in here, which I can't think of the correct name for it right now, but it's some electronics in here. It's resistors, I think, and that is what sets the fan speeds, and they usually break, or it's some diodes or something, and you can replace them. However, because it's quite a pain to take these out, I wanted to see if that was the issue first. So my idea was just to get to the fans, unplug them, plug the spare one in, which I borrowed from a friend, supposed to be working, see if all three speeds are working, try the other side, and then I can, try and source the parts to replace this. There was supposed to be a kit for it in the past, I know, where you can replace the electronics in here. I don't think it's available anymore, at least I haven't found it. But maybe if I could see what the electronics are, maybe you can buy them somewhere else and solder them in, or find some good used fans. However, I had a little bit of a setback, which we'll get to in a little bit in the car. There are two types of fans. The housing is pretty much the same, however there are two types of connections. Either you have this big connector here with a small one, and the small one stays the same, or you have the smaller connector here. When I borrowed this from a friend of mine who has a shop and a lot of spare parts, we thought that this would be the correct one for a 91. However, it appears that they switched to the modern, smaller one. So it's not the right one. I don't want to cut any cables. This isn't my fan. Don't want to cut the wiring in the car. So I won't be able to try that out at the moment, which was the plan. However, the friend of mine who has the fan also has some good ones with the other connectors. So the next time I'm by his place, this is about an hour or so away from here, but the next time I'm there, I'll pick up one of those and we'll retry this again. However, everything is not lost, because while taking things apart, I found something I've been looking for a while. And this car, ever since I got it, has had an aftermarket alarm. And it is fitted, not from factory, but I think it's dealer fitted, or right when the car was brand new. I do have instructions with it and everything, and two remotes, and it's actually working. However, I'm not really a big fan of it. I don't really see the need for an immobilizer on this car. I think it's just one more thing that can go wrong when you're stuck somewhere. Also, for once, I have a classic car that only has one key. I mean, I have two sets of it, but there's only one key for all the doors, for ignition, for everything. The old XJs, got a ton of keys. You got one for the fuel cap, you got one for the door, and then you got another to start with. And I think it's nice just to have one key, So I want to remove the alarm, or at least disable it. And when I read the instructions, there was a place where you can disable the alarm by pulling a fuse that's supposed to be hidden somewhere in the car. And it says that whoever installed it will tell you where it's hidden. But yeah, that was 30 years ago, and the original owner has no idea when I got the car from them, and I don't know either. But I think I found it now, because I found the whole control system for the alarm. So let's have a look at that, see if that is the correct fuse, see if that's the way we can disarm the this alarm and immobilizer, and then I don't have to have this anymore and actually use the key, because central locking on the key works great, and I don't feel the need for this. I've just connected the battery and disarmed the alarm, so I'll show you that it actually works. Here is the remote, so click it once and there we go. It all went down. Click it up, goes back up again. So all that works the way it should. And when it's armed, because it arms immediately when you change the battery out, and as soon as you open the door, the alarm here sounds, and it's incredibly loud and annoying. So what happened the first time I tried to start this thing when they'd been sitting, I didn't know it had an alarm. The owner wasn't really aware of it either, or sort of forgot about it. So I just hooked up the jumper cables, and as soon as I opened the door, it is extremely loud, and that's also one of the reasons I don't like it. So I'm going to set up some lights, show you under the dash really what it looks like when you try to get to the fans, and then let's see if we can disarm the alarm. I've set up my light again, which actually works really well. It's just, you know, LED strip, you open the sunroof, lay it across, and it lights up the cabin really nicely. So as you see, there's some tools and screws on the floor. I have been quite busy. I didn't put everything back from last time. I'm gonna wait until everything is sorted, I think, but I just put this back in here. This is on here loosely. And as you can see, I have removed quite a bit over here. It is a big mess under here, at least in my opinion. I haven't removed anything else yet, but behind all of it is the right-hand fan. And well, I just checked the connectors on that. It's the small one, so I moved on to the other side, just making sure that was the same on that side. What is laying there on the floor is a cabin heater. This car was sold new in Sweden, and it was fitted, I think, pretty much from the dealer with a block heater and an engine cabin heater over there, which I do not know if it works because I don't have the correct cable to connect. There's an adapter under the front bumper. I don't have the correct cable. I'm on the hunt for one to see if it works, because if it works, I will keep it in the car. Not sure if I'll ever need it, but it doesn't really matter. And over on this side, I think I'll get out of the car again. I can show you guys the fans. We'll turn on an extra light here. And on this side, there's not that much in the way. And there is the fan over there. And there's no way I can show it, but up in there are the connections up here. And they're the small type. However, as you can see over here, got something hanging on. And some relays and stuff. And this is the alarm system. It's a Swedish system called CarGuard. And I think it was probably fitted for insurance purposes, because this was quite an expensive car when it was new. And like instructions said, there's a fuse that you can pull. And I think that right there, that 10 there, I think that is the fuse that you pull. And I think that disarms the system. But I have no idea. So I'm going to disconnect the battery again. Disconnected it to open up the sunroof over here. We'll pull that fuse, see what happens. Fuse is pulled over there. I will connect up the battery again. And let's see, because before when I connect the battery, the alarm makes like a little bit of a tripping sound right when I connect it. So maybe it's not going to do that now, or it's just going to go off completely. Alright, we got no tripping sound now. And yeah, we'll just leave it loose like that. Yeah, the alarm's not doing anything. Okay, let's see if I open the door, will the alarm go off? Oh, it will not. That is awesome. I'll connect the battery up better, hook it down, and then let's just see if this thing fires up. I'm not gonna run it for long, but just see if it cranks, because then we know that the mobilizer has been disarmed. And well, if that is it, then that is the quickest fix I've done on this car to improve it. Okay, battery's connected again. Let's see. So far, no alarm. Let's see if it cranks into life. And all the lights are off. Everything seems to be working. Got throttle response. Open the door. No alarm going off. I am super happy about this. Some people may want to have, you know, an alarm and a mobilizer, but I don't really feel the need. I think if someone wants to steal this car, they're going to do it anyways. And also, I think that's more of a liability. Maybe, you know, you might be somewhere in the middle of nowhere, going home from a party, or maybe my wife is driving the car and it won't crank because this stupid immobilizer has gone on. And at least that is one less issue, because this car has, XJ40 has a lot of electrics, and you know, things can go wrong. So I don't want to have something that will add to that. I'm actually going to turn it off. You never have the door open. I don't want to smoke up the workshop too much. One other cool thing I found while doing all this is, I mean, I don't think that, I know the cars had a repaint because I have that documented, but I don't think anything's ever been done with the wood or anything else in the car. So I want to ask other XJ40 owners, if you've removed this part here, does it say anything here? Because 4.0 Daimler, which is 4-liter Daimler, I think. Sweden, which, you know, is weird. So maybe, was this thing built for the Swedish market? I don't think it has anything on it that, you know, a German car wouldn't have. And 1216. I mean, it logically in my brain that is, you know, December 2016. But, you know, December 2016, this car was just sort of sitting in someone's garage, so I don't think it was a part or anything. So, if anyone knows what this could mean, let me know in the comments down below. It's always fun when you find old things, and I have no idea what that really is. Probably the easiest and fastest improvement I've ever made to a car. Wasn't the plan for today's video. I thought I'd be a lot more involved with the fans, but that will probably be in a week or two. I have to get a chance to go and pick up the other one. It is, you know, an hour away, so I gotta sort that out. But as soon as I can, I'll get the other fan and we'll continue with that. But I'm really happy about this, at least, because, you know, this is okay. It's a very nice keychain that I got from a friend from a very long time ago. But the keys for these are, I think they look really good. I like this sort of, I know a Ford has a similar key, but they're apparently shorter, I think, and these are longer. And I don't know, I've always really liked these keys, so I don't want anything else on here besides just a key. And this is a really nice key ring. And, you know, definitely don't want a big blob like this going on there. I know it might be necessary for some car insurance somewhere, but not necessary for this one at least. And still has central locking, you know, so key goes in the door, unlocks everything, and all that works. So at least for me, it wasn't necessary. And maybe someone may be commenting, oh, you're showing how to disarm the alarm on a car, how to steal it. I really don't think I am. I just found this information by looking basically in the instruction manual for the alarm that there would be a fuse somewhere. And then I just happened to find it now, and I was really happy for it. I've been looking for it before. I thought it would be maybe somewhere in the engine bay, because I found some other alarm stuff in there, but no idea it'd be right there. And that's one thing I actually want to talk about. How safe is that really? Like when this was new, you paid probably quite a bit to get that alarm installed. Sure, it was under a panel that it has 5 screws to remove, but still, right under there, and it's a big, kind of obvious fuse. I don't know, maybe that it wasn't so safe. I don't know, but at least in my opinion, I think they could have done a better job hiding it. I'm really glad I found it, but I think a thief in the 90s would have definitely found that and been able to disarm the alarm pretty quickly. I mean, of course it would be making a lot of noise and you can't remove that panel, so maybe actually it was a good location, because it takes a while to remove that panel. And I don't know, at least let me know what you think in the comments down below. Do you think, do you still have the alarm system on your car? So I mean, I'm not talking about the original systems, but an aftermarket system in the car that still works with an immobilizer. Do you need to have an immobilizer for your insurance or something? Please let me know that in the comments down below. Anyways, I hope you liked this video, even though it wasn't really what it was supposed to be, but something else. I hope you liked it anyways. So if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe to the channel. It really does help out a lot. I'd also like to thank all the supporters I have over on Patreon for their continued support. That's thanks to their kind donations. I can continue making these videos and try and make them better and better every single time. Anyways, until next time, I'm Adam, and this was Living with a Classic. I'll see you soon.